Chapter 7. At the end of the third week, John was deemed strong enough to leave the hospital. Gabrielle waved through tears of joy at the couple. Dr. Lasko waved through tears too. The geneticist had caught a flight home that morning. Just to rattle the nerves of the doctor, John executed a quick, if not ungraceful, cartwheel in the parking lot. He pounced about the asphalt until they reached the car. Once inside, he leaned over and kissed his wife to celebrate his freedom. Like the car of a faithful couple after 20 years apart in the prison parking area, the windows soon became fogged. The warm air hung tiny drops of water on the cold glass, allowing them the privacy they needed. With his middle finger hidden up to its second knuckle, they decided to rush home to enjoy the spacious, soft arena of their bed. The bed thought it had been abandoned for the first month. It had seen Jean in the house, but she chose the couch for sleeping purposes. She would drift to sleep in front of the TV, not admitting to herself that the bed would be more comfortable, just reminding herself that it wouldn't feel right without John there. The same sheets had been on the bed so long that she actually had to peel them off yesterday. The blue and white checkers that covered the bed with thick cotton warmth were removed and placed in the washer. They were replaced with the black and white silk sheets that Vinny had got them as a wedding present. In reality, they were a gift for John from his brother at his bachelor party. Vinny didn't show up to the wedding, but made it to the reception looking like he had gone 10 rounds with a wild hellcat. Coincidentally, he brought the hellcat to the reception. She looked equally disheveled and went by the name of Judith. 2 years later, she and Vinny are still living together. The poor bed had the breath knocked out of it as the two bodies jumped in unison and landed with comfort on the smooth sheets. They rolled and romped, they spun and slipped, they flew and fucked and knocked the lamp off the night table. They moved against each other so hard that they thought they might move through each other. They bounced until the paint behind the headboard was scraped away. They had 5 months of pent-up sexual energy that was released in a flurry of marital bliss. It lasted through the night. They celebrated their new life, their new riches, and John's health, with the sensual gliding of their spirits in the form of carnal activity. They sweated and squirmed, they licked and laughed. They pulled the television set upstairs and mimicked the soft-core porn videos that had been tucked away in the closet. They ate food from each other's skin. They moved and moaned, and after the last shudder of orgasm had ceased, after the quivering had stopped, after the energy had been released and the hunger satisfied, after the sweat and other assorted juices had dried up, after they had stripped the bed of the love-funked sheets, they lay still. On the third day, they rested. On the third day, she rested. He rose. He sat on the edge of the dresser. He felt exhaustion settling into his body. He also felt an untiring force inside. He spun to look in the mirror. When he had been on the East Coast 3 years ago, he witnessed another poet whose words touched him as his own did. He looked at the sleeping, beautiful face of his wife. He felt the presence of the power that had healed him. He spoke the words he remembered hearing to his wife or God, maybe both. He looked into the mirror, staring at his own reflection when addressing the divine. his glance jumping to his wife on occasion. The words were whispers. In this world of impact horror, I can't bear to see tomorrow. Undone, unsung, untold, the tale of the man who failed. This world would be the better place if I didn't have to see this face. His memory failed him. He closed his eyes to envision the artist who spoke the words to him. They returned slowly and out of sequence. He didn't care and recited them as they came to mind. I can't take any more. I'd like to think of it as my own personal misery, but now the path that lies ahead seems a whole lot clearer to me. He turned around to face the bed. He was silent. He startled himself with his voice as he moved toward the bed. And if I take the time to make a way life flows better, watch it all blow up in my face. He slunk under the covers. Another day. Curled up next to his beloved wife, he let the chaotic rhythm of the first drops of rain lull him to sleep. Content and comfortable, he awaited a sign from the heavens. Somewhere on the East Coast, a poet's lips curled up into a grin that the Cheshire cat would have to envy.